Hey, hi everyone, welcome back. As part of the previous session, we have seen a tap operation, right? In the today's session, we will see how exactly we can perform a double tap operation and a long press operations. Basically, the command that we have used is one and the same. We are not going to change that particular command. Okay, the duration will increase in between. That's it. So the tap and as well as a long press, the logic is one and the same. For the tap, you are pressing it and you are waiting for few milliseconds, whereas for the long press, you will be waiting for a 2 seconds or a 3 seconds of time. After tapping, wait for 2 seconds or a 3 seconds, that itself is a long press. And for a double tap, basically, as we did a tap operation, copy paste those 3 lines of a code which will perform tap so that it will be a double tap operation. Okay, so the logic it's gonna be one and the same. We are gonna reuse that particular logic for tapping and as well as a double tapping operation. So hence I'm copying this particular tap program and I'm pasting it right now and I'm naming it as a long press. For my easy understanding purpose, I have converted that particular thing as a long press. Okay, I have converted that particular name as a long press. And on this particular long press operation, just pick out the application whichever you want and navigate to the desired screen. Okay, and upon navigating to the desired screen, the first thing here is whichever the object you want to perform a long press, identify the coordinates for that object as a start x and a start y and perform this particular operation to which is moving to that particular one. And on top of it, here, instead of waiting for milliseconds, I'm just changing it to duration of seconds. I'm converting it into a 3 seconds. After performing a tap operation, wait for 3 seconds. That's it. Or I can say wait for 2 seconds or a 3 seconds, whichever it might be. So it's one and the same. It's gonna be one and the same. That's it, guys. Okay, it's gonna be one and the same. This is the way how exactly we can deal with it. Ideally, in order to practice this particular scenario, we have okay, in order to practice this particular scenario, we have which one? Uh, I can say as the UI catalog application, or sorry, the UI catalog would be on that particular one, right? So the application is API demos application. Okay, API demos is the application which has this double tap operation. Just a second, let me pull that particular app instance so that I can show you how exactly the double tap operation, the long press operation can be performed. So one second, let me pull that particular app. Okay, let me pull that particular app. So just 1 second. I'm just opening it up. Okay, so I do have this on my screen. Let me pull it up. So I have installed this API demos application. Go to views and from here go to views and here expandable list, custom adapter. See, you can do a long press operation on this particular name. Okay, you can do a long press operation on this particular name. That's what the logic here is. Okay, how exactly you can do a long press operation? So the only thing that I have done is whichever the tap code is there in that, instead of waiting for milliseconds, I just changed it to a seconds. That's it. And additionally, what you need to do is you need to write down the logic that will be navigating to this screen and capturing this particular object. You need to write down that particular logic. So what I can do is I do have a reference program with me. Okay, I do have a reference program with me. What I'm doing right now means let me copy the code base from the reference program and let me update this program. Okay, let me update this program with those data. So if you observe right now, the current long press program, okay, the current long press program is launching the API demos application from where it's navigating to views, expandable list and a custom adapter, and the people name. I'm just taking it as an locator for me, and on that particular people name, I'm performing these operations. For the people name itself, I have a captured my X coordinate and a Y coordinate, and I have a specified this information. That's it. The only thing that you guys need to do is, after the tap operation, whichever the logic is there, if you change that seconds, milliseconds to seconds, automatically it will convert it as a tap operation. You can give it a try and you can execute it. For the time being, I'm not executing this piece of a code. Okay, for the time being, I'm not executing that piece of a code. And again, I'm copying my tab program and I'm pasting it again, and I'm converting it into a double tap. So consider that you do have an operation where exactly you want to perform the double tap operation. So as part of this particular double tap, after performing this action, okay, after performing this action, wait for a second, wait for a second, and directly do this action again, which is a tapping operation again. So this is performing the tap operation again, so which itself, it's gonna perform a double tap operation. And here, as it is a double tap, let's not wait for 200 milliseconds. Immediately we should deal with it, hence I was just changing it to 100. Okay, whichever the tap relevant code is there, I'm pasting it one more time, which itself is converting it to a double tap operation, guys. Okay, which itself is converting into a double tap operation. So this is the way how exactly you can deal with this double tap also. Okay, go ahead and implement this one on a different scenarios or a different applications, whichever you have. Okay, different scenarios and an application which you have. And while practicing, if at all you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.